The story begins with a young, hopeful boy named Salia. He works part-time at a local restaurant where he excels in his role. Salia dreams of one day becoming a professional manager, because apparently even at his age, he's already more organized than most adults with Google Calendar. As the eldest son in a German Senegalese family, he deeply believes in the teachings of Buddha, particularly the idea that happiness is not a destination but the journey itself. Salia has a natural talent for cooking, and he often recreates the dishes he serves at the restaurant for his family, delighting them with his creativity and presentation.
The HR manager said that if I wanted to do an apprenticeship with you after graduating from high school, your doors would be more than open.
Honestly, if this kid opened a food blog, he'd probably break the internet before he even finished high school. However, one day while preparing a meal, he notices something strange. As he looks at his father, his vision becomes blurry. He freezes, trying to understand what's happening, but his mother calls him out from his distraction.
Sali?
Alles gut.
Things take a serious turn when Salia's vision starts to fail during a school presentation. Concerned, his parents take him to a doctor for an examination. The doctor conducts several tests and is shocked to discover that Salia answers all visual-related questions incorrectly.
Can you see anything?
No. Too blurry.
Shortly, the doctor calls the family in to deliver the devastating news. Salia is losing his vision due to a rare genetic condition called bilateral congenital eye disease. This condition will soon lead to retinal detachment, and Salia has already lost 80% of his sight. Cue the collective gasp from everyone in the room because life just handed Salia the ultimate plot twist. The doctor recommends immediate surgery to minimize the risk of total blindness. The surgery is soon done and successful in preserving some of Salia's vision, but only about 5% remains. Despite this life-altering setback, Salia refuses to let it crush his dreams.
I want to do my A-levels here at a regular school and then do a hotel management course. That was always my plan.
He remains determined to pursue a career in hotel management. Because if there's one thing Salia has, it's grit, and possibly a secret stash of motivational quotes hidden under his pillow. His father, however, is unsupportive and believes Salia should stop attending normal school due to his disability. But with his mother's encouragement, Salia continues his education.
Promise me that I can stay at my school.
Yes, I promise you that.
As his vision deteriorates to 95% loss, his other senses sharpen. He learns to rely on sounds and cues to keep up in class. Wait a second. Is that how Daredevil started? His hard work pays off, earning him good grades to apply for apprenticeships at prestigious hotels. Facing repeated rejections due to his blindness, Salia doesn't give up. He secures an interview at a prestigious hotel chain without disclosing his vision loss, with support from his mother and sister Sheila, who helps him prepare.
This is too deep. Look 15% higher and you'll meet the eyes. Yes, perfect. Now continue to maintain eye contact.
The family drives him to Munich for the interview, where Salia familiarizes himself with the steps to the hotel. During the interview, he impresses with his charisma and meets another candidate, Max, who lacks dedication. Salia shares hotel history to help Max, who becomes grateful and befriends him. When Salia speaks to the manager, his determination wins over the interviewer, earning him an apprenticeship.
Well then, I am pleased to welcome you to our company.
Honestly, if interviews were an Olympic sport, Salia would have just won gold because of his unexpected deep answers. Now, he must navigate his new workplace while keeping his disability a secret. To adapt, Sheila moves to Munich with him to help him adjust to the unfamiliar city and provide support until he can manage on his own. He then learns to count the steps to find his way to the hotel and how to be cautious of the traffic light. On his first day, Salia is introduced to the hotel's director and leading staff. He's assigned to train under them, learning the ins and outs of the hospitality industry. Among the other apprentices is Max, who had interviewed and passed alongside Salia.
Jala Ascari and Max Schroeder.
We then see Salia's first assignment is in housekeeping, where he's tasked with preparing guest rooms to perfection. But his vision is too blurry and he can only pay attention to what the woman is saying and not what her hands are doing.
In a few weeks, you'll manage the entire room in less than 1 hour.
Later, while cleaning a mirror, he struggles to spot the dirt on it and uses a magnifying glass to see better. Max notices and confronts him by asking him what he is up to. prompting Salia to reveal his condition. Retinal detachment. I can only see 5% of what you are seeing.
Retinal detachment. I can only see 5% of what you see.
It's a classic caught in the act moment, except instead of stealing cookies, Salia is just trying to clean a mirror without breaking it. He begs Max to keep it a secret, and Max, understanding his struggles, agrees to help him navigate the hotel. The two quickly become friends and start tackling their tasks together. Max's playful nature leads him into mischief, but Salia remains dedicated to his work, even covering for him.
Hello.
After housekeeping, Salia moves to the kitchen, befriending Hamid, a medical surgeon from Afghanistan. Despite challenges, Salia studies and memorizes hotel details. Hiding his blindness becomes increasingly difficult. One day, he hears a woman singing and is captivated. He learns her name is Laura, but is interrupted by Chef Crone, who assigns him to slice ham. Due to his vision, he accidentally injures himself on the cutting machine. The injury is severe and Chef Crone grows suspicious. He tests Salia by placing an object in his path, forcing him to confess.
I have a problem with the retinal. I see very bad.
How bad?
5% of what you see, and that's also unclear.
Chef Crone, instead of firing Salia, helps him learn to use the machine safely, accommodating his blurry vision. Everything seems to get back on track. As Salia excels in the kitchen, he tries to pursue Laura but discovers she has a boyfriend.
She has a boyfriend. What? Sorry.
Heartbroken, Max takes him to a nightclub where Salia ends up going home with another woman. After finishing his kitchen assignment, he transitions to the front desk and then the hotel restaurant and bar, where precise drink measurements are crucial. The barista shows the trainees how to measure, but Salia struggles due to his blurriness. That night, Max sneaks into the bar to help Salia practice, but his vision complicates things. Despite this, Salia impresses Kleinschmidt by making a perfect Long Island iced tea. Though Kleinschmidt attributes it to luck, Salia proves himself by flawlessly serving a crowded bar that night. However, when Max attends to his own love life, Salia struggles alone, repeatedly being told to polish wine glasses. He can't tell if they're clean or not.
Can you tell if the glass is clean or not?
I don't know.
What?
I don't know. I'm tired. I can no longer.
After a long, tiring night, Salia uses his heightened hearing at home to judge their cleanliness by sound, finally figuring it out. As Salia overcomes professional challenges, his personal life improves. He learns Laura and her boyfriend have broken up and they go on a date. Laura introduces him to her son, Oscar. Salia bonds with Oscar over football, and Laura, moved by their connection, begins to fall for him. That night before bed, Oscar asks if Salia is an alien. Salia, touched yet slightly embarrassed, reassures him and wishes him a good night. Afterward, Laura kisses him passionately. The next day at the hotel, Salia arrives late at the restaurant, disoriented. The supervisor had previously warned him about his temper over unpolished glasses and gives him another warning. Salia explains he didn't hear his alarm, but the supervisor grows suspicious.
You are one step ahead of the red line. What is that?
Later, Salia receives a message from home requiring his immediate presence. He learns his father has left for Sri Lanka, taking the family savings, leaving his mother heartbroken. His sister explains their mother is trying to find a job to support them, but they know it won't be enough.
I can transfer 200 euros to mom's account. I can also find a job on the side. Hamid works in the bakery.
Salia takes on a second job at the bakery while balancing his apprenticeship at the hotel and spending time with Laura and Oscar. However, he struggles with his blindness, hiding it from Laura and pretending to be normal. He drinks heavily at home, leading to problems. At the restaurant, he struggles to keep up and the supervisor watches him closely. Max warns that he risks losing his hard-earned opportunity. When life hands Salia lemons, he mixes them with questionable choices. Spoiler, it doesn't end well. One afternoon, Laura asks Salia to watch Oscar while she delivers a package. Salia agrees, but then receives a call from Max, warning him that Kleinschmidt will fire him if he doesn't show up at the restaurant immediately for a wedding event. Torn between responsibilities, Salia struggles to decide. He quickly calls Laura, asking her to return, and she agrees. However, as she hangs up, he realizes he's lost track of Oscar. Unable to see, he becomes disoriented and panics, calling out and searching frantically. But Oscar is nowhere to be found. When Laura returns, horrified, she pleads for Salia's help, but he stands frozen.
What the hell is going on? I can't watch it anymore.
I can't see anything.
Finally pressed, he confesses his near-total blindness. Stunned, Laura focuses on finding Oscar, leaving Salia in guilt and shock. Moments later, she spots Oscar on the other side of the park. Furious, she confronts Salia, who explains his retinal detachment. Outraged he never told her, she takes Oscar and leaves, disappointment clear. Salia stands behind, realizing his dishonesty cost him a meaningful connection. As he stands lost in thought, Max calls again, urging him to get to work or risk being fired. Salia pulls himself together and rushes to the restaurant just in time. However, exhaustion and stress from his disability, father's abandonment, family struggles, breakup, second job, and hiding his condition weigh him down. His drug cravings worsen. While carrying champagne glasses, Salia trips over a tablecloth, sending them crashing. He nearly falls, but steadies himself. Max helps him clean up, suggesting he go home to rest. Ignoring Max's concern, Salia insists on staying. Determined, Salia continues serving at the wedding reception, but his vision deteriorates further and he crashes into the wedding cake. Furious, Kleinschmidt pulls him aside, demanding, "Are you blind?" Overwhelmed, Salia finally admits the truth. Enraged, Kleinschmidt fires him on the spot. Covered in cake, Salia stumbles out and nearly gets hit by a tram. He makes it home, but his condition worsens. He continues working at the bakery with Hamid, but his pill use persists. When Hamid warns him, Salia snaps, telling him to mind his own business. Isolated and miserable, he spirals deeper into drinking and partying. One night, he is thrown out of a nightclub for being too drunk. As he staggers home, strangers shove him, causing him to tumble down a staircase. Passers-by rush to help and take him to the hospital. When he wakes up from his coma-like state, Sheila is by his side, comforting him as he breaks down. Max soon arrives and Salia apologizes for not listening to him. Max forgives him instantly and starts flirting with Sheila, lightening the mood. Because apparently, even in a heartfelt moment, Max can't resist turning on the charm. Someone give this guy his own rom-com spinoff. Sheila tells Salia their mother now has found a job and he no longer needs to worry about finances. She also urges him to return home. Because if there's one thing Salia needs right now, it's a hug from his mom and a home-cooked meal. Not another night of questionable decisions.
I cannot live against my disability. It does not work, and I know that now.
So he decides to embrace it and find an employer who accepts him for who he is. A man with great ambition, but with a visual impairment. He tells Sheila and Max he wants to stay in Munich to discover his true self. Soon, Salia lands a job at a call center for visually impaired individuals, but turns it down as it doesn't feel right. On another day, Max suggests they go cycling, and so they go high up a hill. Max guides Salia, telling him when to brake and turn, strengthening their bond. It's like a buddy comedy, except instead of solving crimes, they're just trying not to crash into a tree. Later, they return to the hotel to meet Kleinschmidt and Fried. Salia apologizes for ruining the wedding and explains how fear of rejection led him to hide his disability. His honesty impresses them, and despite Kleinschmidt's reluctance, Salia is given a chance to take the final apprenticeship exam. Because sometimes the truth is the only thing that can save you from a grumpy boss with a clipboard. Preparing for the exam is tough, especially arranging a table in under 30 minutes. One day while helping Hamid, Salia unexpectedly runs into Laura. She expresses her happiness about his return to work and wishes him luck on his final exam. He thanks her, and they share a heartfelt conversation. Unable to hold back, Salia admits that he misses her.
I miss you, even if you don't want to hear it.
On exam day, Salia gives it his all, excelling in every section. However, he struggles with the table arrangement task. Still, he faces the challenge with determination. As the exam nears its end, everything is in place except for the water glasses. The supervisor quietly reminds him that there's still 1 minute left. Acting fast, Salia rushes to arrange the glasses, but trips at the last moment. Despite this, his strong performance in other sections secures his success, and he earns his diploma from the hotel.
Receive your apprenticeship certificate.
At the graduation, Kleinschmidt and Fried express their pride in his dedication. Meanwhile, Hamid, now a legal worker, has become an ambulance driver thanks to Salia's guidance. Shortly after, the bar supervisor offers Salia a job as a sommelier. However, he humbly declines, revealing that he and Max are working on opening their own place. Impressed, the supervisor wishes him success. Inspired by the saying, "To go far, you must have good company," Salia and Max soon open their restaurant in downtown Munich. On opening night, friends and family gather to support them. Laura also arrives as a special guest, offering to help.
Hey, handsome.
Her presence fills Salia with joy, and she confesses that she still loves him, making it the happiest moment of his life. After closing, the group celebrates with music and dancing. Laura invites Salia to dance, but he hesitates, afraid he might step on her feet. She reassures him with a smile, saying she has enough vision for both of them.
Come on. I'm quitting too.
And just like that, Laura proves she's not just the delivery girl. She's the emotional MVP of this story. With her by his side, Salia finally feels whole, ready to embrace the future with courage and love.